Good morning, Year 5. Today's English lesson will be based on reading rather than writing today. So we're going to look at a chapter of the text where Harry and Ron attend the lesson. Now you can watch the video clip on YouTube first of all if you like, okay, to get an idea of what the actual room looks like to help you visualise it. So when you've watched the YouTube video, come back and we're going to look at the text together. Okay, so this is an extract from the actual text. So I'm going to read it to you. He emerged into the strangest looking classroom he'd ever seen. In fact, it didn't look like a classroom at all, more like a cross between someone's attic and an old-fashioned tea shop. At least 20 small circular tables were crammed inside it, all surrounded by chintz armchairs and fat little poofs. Everything was lit with a dim crimson light. The curtains at the windows were all closed, and the many lamps were draped with dark red scarves. It was stifling warm, and the fire, which was burning under the crowded mantelpiece, was giving off a heavy, sickly sort of perfume as it heated a large copper kettle. The shelves running around the circular walls were crammed with dusty-looking feather, shrubs of candles, many packs of tattered playing cards, countless silver crystal balls, and a huge array of teacups. My apologies, I can see a mistake there. I'm just going to change that. Okay, so that's an extract from the text describing the room that Harry is actually entered into. So your first task that I would like to do for me is thinking about our expanded noun phrases that we've been looking at. Can you spot the expanded noun phrases? So in your book, I would like you to write down all the ones that you can see. So pause the video here, have a go at task number 1, and then come back when you are ready. Okay, well done Year 5. I hope you've managed to find some of the ones that we're going to have a look through now. Okay, so the first one, the strange looking classroom. Number 2, an old-fashioned tea shop. 20 small circular tables. Fat little poofs. A dim crimson light. Dark red scarves. A heavy sickly sort of perfume. A large copper kettle. The circular walls. Dusty looking feather. Tattered playing cards. Countless silver crystal balls. A huge array of teacups. Okay, I hope you found those. Okay, so that's the first task over and done with. So your second task is a bit of a reading one, and we're going to be looking at vocabulary, inference, explain and retrieval. So remember, vocabulary questions are about you finding and copying or identifying words that the author has used in the text. Inference questions are about you kind of using your detective skills to find an answer. Explain ones are explaining why something has been used, giving reasons. And retrieval questions are you are getting information from the text directly. So your questions are the vocabulary, find and copy the word that tells us that the room was hot. Question number 2, which word has been used to describe the smell in the room? Question 3, what impression do you get of the room? Give evidence to support your statement. And I'll give you an example of what you could write here. The impression I get is, because the text it says, and then what it says in the text. Number 4, explain why J.K. Rowling used the word emerged. And number 5 and 6 for retrieval, what could be found in the room and why was the room so dark? So pause the video here, have a go at answering those questions, and then we'll all do the answers together. Okay, so now you've done the questions, are you ready for the answers? So answer number 1, the word that tells the room was hot is the word stifling. Stifling is when something's quite clammy and hot inside and we're very, very warm. Question number 2, what word did you use to describe the smell? The word was sickly, that described the smell of the perfume. Okay, so what impression did we get of the room, and what would give evidence to support your statement? So you could have had something like, the impression I get is that it is crammed and disorganised. It's because the text it says it's full and it's stifling. It also describes all the items what such a small room contains. Question number 4. Explain why J.K. Rowling could use the word emerged. Because they came out of a hole in the floor into an attic space. Emerged tells us that they appeared from nowhere. So think about how if there's a hole in the floor where the children come out of, it seems like they came from nowhere. Question number 5, there's lots of options here for this one. So there could have been, you found playing cards, there's crystal balls, there was tables, there was chairs, there was curtains. So lots of options for question number 5. And question number 6 is, why was the room so dark? And it's because the curtains were closed. Well done if you got all those questions right today. That is the end of today's English lesson. I hope you managed to get some of the answers correct. Well done.